you must be Desmond. Not exactly what I expected, but I guess your kind doesn't have many options these days.
Who are you?
Ask your father. Now give me that.
I don't think so.
Look, I'm not supposed to kill you, but the boss man didn't say anything about fucking you up. So you got to the counter. Oh!
Esta é das cenas mais engraçadas do Desmond.
So who the hell is Daniel Cross?
Believe it or not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
How did he know you were there? We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd know. Though, I will say this. Doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source. Or we can return to Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
Interruptor para... Prima botão qualquer.
Son? I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good.
Vai-te embora, caralho. Estou para te aturar. Eu não sei muito o que é que tenho para fazer. Descrição da missão, sair, não nada disto. Outra vez. Eu não tenho, eu ter aqui uma opção para... Não tenho. Ele disse para eu tratar de um interruptor ou para voltar à maquineta.
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favour?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. It'd be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening.
Este parvalhão quer voltar 70 mil anos para trás. Eu não faço a porra de ideia o que é que tenho que fazer. Está ali a pescar, ali em cima.
In the beginning, when we thought we could be saved, we sought to face the sun's wrath and contain it. 4 towers would be built to pull her fury into this place and dispel it.
4 torres, okay.
But even with all we knew, with all we had, it would take too long. 1,000 years we could labor and still the work would not be done.
Isso em Portugal era capaz.
The first tower was never completed. The project abandoned. We moved on. But while we labored on other endeavors, a few returned. They thought to automate the process. Metal might finish what flesh could not.
Não? Continuar a subir isto. Bem, não faço a mínima ideia que eu tenho que fazer aqui. Vou pegar aqui em baixo, pá. Ih, caralho, isto é alto uma merda. Então. Oh. Nada. Não sei. Tu cais com as mãos no ar. Oh, caralho. Estás nada perdido, não. É aqui à direita, não é? Yeah. Okay, isto aqui foi o interruptor, não é? Foi o primeiro que nós fizemos. Cá para ali alguma coisa aqui por este lado. Né. Acho que já estou a perder tempo mais com isto. Vamos voltar aqui para a maquineta.
Good luck, Desmond.
These are troubled times. The already uneasy alliance between the Crown and its subjects phrased. And behind them both the Templars plot, pulling strings and moving pieces. History dictates they seek order through control. But how will they affect it here? Who supports them? And what conspiracies have they already spun? All these things I must determine. Of course, for only by knowing my enemy can I hope to stop them.
What is it?
Xingbao, or rope dart if you prefer. One of the many plans given to us by Xiao Yun to...
Sorry.
We'll have to work on this.
Ganondogo,
Yes, my friend.
what brings you here? Is the village all right?
For now.
What do you mean? What has happened?
Men came, claiming we had to leave. They said that the land was being sold, and that the Confederacy had consented. We sent an envoy, but they would not listen.
You must refuse!
We cannot oppose the Sachem, but you're right as well. We cannot give up our home.
Do you have a name? Do you know who is responsible?
He is called William Johnson.
Where is Johnson now?
In Boston, making preparations for the sale.
Sale! This is theft!
Connor, take care. These men are powerful.
What would you have me do? I made a promise to my people.
Yo, people.
If you insist upon this course of action, seek out Sam Adams in Boston. He'll be able to help. What have you done?
When my people go to war, a hatchet is buried into a post to signify its start. When the threat is ended, the hatchet is removed.
You could have used a tree.
Ok.